Hey everyone, good evening. You may be wondering why you are looking at my desktop right now, and that's because I'm going to show you some little side hobby that I have that I like to do every once in a while. What I like to do, what I have been doing, is taking songs that I like that are not from anime, just regular songs that I find on YouTube or Spotify or something, rip them, put them into an editor, and shorten their length so that they would fit as an opening or ending theme for an anime. Now I can't show you any examples from this list because that could risk me getting a copyright claim. So what I'm going to do is start from scratch and do just a brand new thing. And what better way to do this than the No Copyright Sounds YouTube channel right here. All they ask is credit to the artist and song used in the description of the video. Free to use for independent creators and their user-generated content. I could also possibly monetize this, but I usually don't monetize my videos, just as long as I follow the guidelines to no copyright sounds. I am perfectly within my ability to use this in a legal way. Now, without digging too far into this channel through their playlists and all that, I just decided to find some music that would fit a certain theme. Usually the song title will give you a good, indication of what the song's going to be about. So I went with something more like action-packed and epic and adventurous. Something for like an action show. So this song is called Victory. I'll play a little bit of it.
I can feel it, so every single verse, man, I just gotta go and kill it, man. I gotta be the kid. I could be the guy taking you wild. I could be the villain, but good as a kid.
And this one is called The Revolution. So
As they were before, you best start bracing. Can you hear the sound?
see, this one, the drop here is not as in your face, but it still has that energy, that sort of rebellious, yeah, alright, revolution. But for a no copyright sounds kind of audience. The program that I like to use to download these songs, something called 4K YouTube to MP3. They're part of the family of 4K downloader. All of these apps right here you see on this website are free to use. Eventually you have paid versions of these, but you can still use free versions as well. I mean, you have ways to download videos from YouTube, photo and video from Instagram, YouTube to MP3. Now I might get some flack here by downloading them as MP3s and not like WAV files, because WAV files have a higher fidelity, but who cares? So let's get these onto our hard drive right here. Right, so here are our two songs right here. And we're going to put this into, so this isn't the usual program I would use if I were editing audio in this way, but it has the features that I need. I'm going to be using a video editing program called DaVinci Resolve, but primarily for their audio transitions and audio editing capabilities. So we'll just load this up, and I'll go over my process, my way of thinking about how do I structure this, you know? Okay, so this is the specific project folder where I have a bunch of these already done. We'll just put them into this project. Usually you could go to the media or the cut tab right here to import media files, but I'll just do that in the edit tab. It's all the same, really. Let me scoot these songs out of the way first. And then drag these onto here. Now the first thing I would do is just listen to these songs all the way through, get a good feel of what the song's about, what lyrics stick out, what the vibe is. So if you'll just give me a moment here.
It's the calm before the storm. Things aren't as they were before.
Okay, just listening to this beginning, the calm before the storm. So if I were to shorten this and get right to the point, I would sort of take out some of this intro here, maybe just fade it in, and have the first that little line there, it's the calm before the storm, to be within the first 5 seconds of the song. So that's what I've taken note of so far. Let's keep listening.
You best start bracing. Did you think you could keep us out? Shut the gates, forget us now. Tides are changing. Can you hear the sound? Can't stop us now. We're not back in town, know what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's evolution. Voices shake the ground, you feel it moving. We're the revolution. Can you hear the sound?
Now, just going through half of the song already, this already sounds like a good portion that we could use just right here, but I want to hear what the second half of the song sounds like. Because maybe we can take elements from the second part, shove them into the first part, squeeze it so it makes a nice little duration of 1.5 minutes, so I'll keep listening here.
With the ground beneath your feet, with a whisper in the trees. Do you feel us watching? Hunger in our eyes, victories on our minds. It's our time to rise. Can you hear the sound? Can't stop us now. We're not back in town, know what we're doing.
See, this right here, this is where there's a lot more build up because it's the second half of the song and it's just building up bigger to possibly a bigger drop. So that's interesting.
Things are about to change, it's evolution. Voices shake the ground, you feel it moving. We're the revolution. Can you hear the sound? We're the revolution. We're We're not back in town, know what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's evolution. Voices shake the ground, you feel it moving. We're the revolution.
Okay, so that little end part there sounds cool. Not sure how I'm going to cut it right now, because I want it to sound kind of like clean and not like take up too much of its time. You'll see what I mean. Well, let's take our second track, scooch it over here, and first let's make the audio a little bit quieter. There. So I might start it right here. Got that. Do a fade in.
It's the calm.
By the way, there is this right here. This is what I've cut so far, just a previous song I did. It is exactly 1 minute 30, so I'm using it like a little metric, a ruler, just to gauge like where the actual duration is, because you can't really tell from the timeline here.
Before the storm, things aren't as they were before.
So I might take the second half of the second verse and put it into here instead of this right here. Just depends on how that sounds. Let me listen to this again.
Did you think you could keep us out? Shut the gates, forget us now. Tides are changing.
I'll go ahead and keep that. Take this part, switch it with the drop from the second half of the song, because I like that one a lot more. Gives it some more power, and if you really want to keep someone's attention, you want to take off all the stops and just flash it right in their faces, you know? So I'll cut right there. Scooch this in here. Now we're a little bit too long so far. We can take out some of the strings in this spot right here and just cut right to the lyrics. Just depends on how it sounds.
Can you hear the sound? Can you hear the sound? Can't stop us now. We're not back in town, what we're doing.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that works. So basically I just cut out that little section there and we can just lead right into here. And we will be just under 130. That means possibly we could take that intro that's right here and make that stand out a bit more. Actually, what we could do, and this is just a theory, I haven't actually listened to it yet, we can just keep the first verse and chorus of this song together and just stitch it to the ending here, or we could leave it like it is here and just have the first verse stitched onto the chorus / drop right here. But what I'm going to do first, get in nice and close and do a little audio transition crossfade right here. Crossfades are important. You want people to make sure that these cuts that you're doing are intentional and almost sound like they come from the original song, like that's what the original composer had in mind. Like it doesn't sound like an obvious jump to a section. It needs to sound natural. So we just put that there, make it super tiny, very subtle. We don't want to take too much away from the big boom, the kick right in the beginning. So we'll just make that as small as we can. Okay, maybe a bit more. Perfect.
We're not back in town, what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's evolution.
I'll listen to this as it is right now, and then I'll switch it with the first drop or the first chorus, and then I'll see what I like better. Okay.
When you hear the sound, we're the revolution.
Okay, so a slight problem there is that if we just include straight from the first verse chorus drop this area here and then just extend and add this little outro here, it's going to be a bit too long. So looks like my original plan was in fact the best course of action. Let me just go back there, just like that. So what we can do now, take this, scooch it towards the end there, and do like that. Let's make this a longer fade. 8 seconds is a little long, but I think we're almost done with this actually. Yeah, see, this could be pretty easy just because this is like an EDM song and it's already pretty structured as it is. Some other songs, like if it's more like rock or just another style, sometimes they can get a little tricky with how many sections that you have in that song and what you exactly want to include. Usually the song is just like verse, chorus, done. If you want to make it like an anime length song, but sometimes you want to add a little bridge in there. But let's listen to what we have so far. So this is perfectly 1 minute 30 according to this. I'll let you listen and you can imagine the visuals in your head. That's the second part of this that makes it fun. It's just letting the soundscape enter your ears and then you just visualize what it's going to look like based on how the music flows and stuff. This little end part here where it just goes silent for a couple of seconds, I might cut that a little short. Alright, 2 seconds. Scooch that to the end again. Add some more to the beginning. And I think we're done. Cool. Save that.
It's the calm before the storm. Things aren't as they were before. You best start bracing. Did you think you could keep us out? Shut the gates, forget us now. The tides are changing. We're not back in town, know what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's evolution. Voices shake the ground, you feel it moving. We're the revolution. Can you hear the sound? Don't know what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's evolution. Voices shake the ground, you feel it moving. We're the revolution.
Alright, so let's work on our second song right here. Turn it down a bit so that it's not like peaking or anything. Cool. Let's scoot this over here. Gonna give this song one listen all the way through, see what comes to mind, and here we go. So this is the trap right here actually. This isn't really a trap song. I was saying this is the trap because you see right here, we could just cut it here and be done with it. We could just be lazy, you know, if we were more corporate minded, I guess. And we're just like, we need a song. Here. This is a creative exercise. So what I'm going to do is try to find the most creative way to fully express this and give it some flair, you know, give it some extra style that is still, you know, within the same vibe as the song, but like put it in a nice little spin. Let's listen to the second half of the song now.
You don't know what I'm gonna do. You don't know what is next. And I'm loving the fact, truly it's making me blessed. Cause I work on my team, no snakes in the grass. And we have the trust in the wind because of the work that we did in the past. Because of the work that we did in the past. When we went to hours, you barely got breath. So I get the realm and we didn't finesse. So I got the feelings that we might be next. Cause when we go in, we win in the match. When we go in, we win in the match. So that's how we do, cause we be the best. We be the best. Yeah, we be the best. Whoa. Yeah, we be the best. Yeah, we be the best. Hey, yeah, we be the best.
So I just realized something. This song sucks. If you're into it, that's good for you. I'm not into it. I'll see if I can find a different song with the same motif as like action-packed and victorious and all that. So you're going bye-bye. And back to YouTube. Let's look at nonstop. Okay, this one is just funky. I might get some funk in there. Might use the song we just did as the opening and then end it off with some funk. That sounds like a good idea. Let's see how this funks. I'm taking that. That's our hit. That's our hit right there. Now, this being an instrumental piece, it might be more of a challenge, but I like the challenge because, again, this is a creative exercise. So let's shorten that. Like that. Okay. This is how we're going to start. I'm going to take like the funkiest bits of this, make it sound all structured and nice, and then see what we get. Now I would take some of this chunk right here and put it into here, but the vocal that says party nonstop kind of cuts right into here, you know, to make it flow nice and easy. But I think what we can do is take some of this drop right here, combine it with the drop back here, or take some of this drop right here, combine it with this. That might be interesting. Let's try that. Okay, so this almost sounds like it's on beat, but if you see here, the waveform is just a little bit weird. Now what we can do is try and crossfade that, but what we can do is check off this snapping right here and just slide this onto here until it sounds like it's on beat. That sounds okay. I'm not quite sure about it. Let's see how it sounds with the crossfade. I can hear in the bass, it's a little like it feels, it doesn't feel quite right. So what I can do now, I'm not worried about length right now. I can scoot this back and just take this section here and see if it's actually on beat with this cut that we're doing. Mind your ears on this. This is a little weird. Basically, it's gonna sound like a delay effect or an echoing, and what we want to do is bring them as close to on beat as together as we can without them actually. Let's see, what's a good section for that? Is that already pretty on beat? It is. Okay. Yeah. So sometimes this is actually pretty much on beat, but sometimes it sounds like this, and you would just have to move it back to where it sounds better. Yeah. Okay. So that is a good cut right there. Move this back up here. Get back our ruler. Okay, here's where we cut in. Okay. Okay. What if we had this part? Oh, okay. Let's bring this over here. Alright. Oh, that might be interesting. So we just take out this section here where it kind of fades out, and then just slam these together. Let's see how that sounds. Uh-oh. See right here? Kick, kick, so. Good thing I caught that. Let's nudge this right here. Yep. I'll adjust that later if I need to. And what if we do this? I think I like what I'm hearing. Let me make sure this all sounds all well greased and oiled together. That's a weird phrase. I'm gonna cut that. Wow, you see that? That is very clean. See? So, these are the two kick drums together. If we just put this in the middle of both of them, and then do a little crossfade here, check out how that sounds. You can't even tell. It's a cut. Wow. Okay, so I like this. I think we can keep this. Let's see, how short are we? 3 seconds. We'll add that to the beginning. Let's see if music actually begins there. Drag this that way. Okay, so that's still a second short, but here's the thing. When you're combining audio and video together, check this out, you can have the video be longer than the audio after the fade out. So, even if we don't do it exact, if we do it within like a second of our given time, then most people probably won't even notice, or they'll still be looking at the video and thinking like, oh yeah, that was a cool ending theme. Yeah. I think we may have our songs right here. So, we start up on Victorious, Revolution, In Your Face. End off, Dance Party. Hell yeah. Alright, so I'm going to put some markers here to show which ones we're actually exporting. These other three back here, I just did these like 2 weeks ago. Last week. Once they're actually exported and done, then I'll remove the markers. So let's go over to the Deliver tab. So in DaVinci, we can do audio only. Switch to audio. And go to wave format. This will be the beginning. Mark in. Scooch over here. Mark out. We will call this The Revolution. And over here, our second song. And mark out. This will be called Non-Stop. Boom. So, take those. We'll render them as a WAV file. But I also want to render it as an MP3. Just because I want to. So now that's going to render. That will only take like 15 seconds at most. Alright, we're almost done. So, the program I use to change from a WAV file to an MP3 file is called Xmedia Recode. And it's about to update, but I'm going to update that later. We're going to open up the files that we just did. I'll drag these into here. Oh, 3 seconds. Alright, I'll work with that. So, take these, add to queue. We're going to make these 44100, 256 bit rate. Basic, decent quality for MP3s. Go ahead and encode. The program will exit. Once it's done, that was pretty quick. So, go into the MP3s, and it's right here. Here we go. This is our perfect little songs here. I'm so proud of these. I'm going to add these over to the playlist that I made in VLC. I'm muting that before. I'll mute that in post. I mean, you see here, some of them aren't like exactly 130. This is 129, 121, 115. I mean, just gander at this JoJo's Bizarre Adventure ending here. It is only 1 minute and 8 seconds long instead of the usual 1 minute 30. By the way, pretty cool song for Diamond is Unbreakable. I really like it. Save playlist. And that has been our video. So, maybe this is something you might be interested in now that you've seen my process and how much of a creative exercise it is. This is actually based off of something that I did as a little assignment or project for an audio production class back in my university years. So I'm glad that I could take something from school and apply it to something more of like a side hobby and to show it to you guys. So again, this isn't my usual content, so thank you for watching anyway, if you've gotten this far. Just for a little bit of fun at the end here though. Okay, first, here's what I want you to do. First, pick 2 songs like I did. One opening, one ending song. And then come up with a description of what the show is based on the 2 songs that you've selected. You know, this could be a romance or comedy. This could be an action-packed adventure. This could be a horror. This could be anything you want. Psychological, thriller. Also, in the description below, you will see my social media links. That will be my Telegram, my Twitter, and my Instagram. You will also find my TikTok handle down there. It's the same as my Instagram, just in case you want to watch a couple of short, silly little videos from me. You will also see my Discord screen name and a link to my Discord server. This is for all people to join that like furry content. You can talk to other fans of this channel. You can talk about your favorite movies or music or cartoons. You can share memes. You can do anything you want. You will also see a link to my Patreon. For at least $1 every month, just $1, you will have access to early viewings of my videos. That will be either the day or the night before. That's all my reviews, my vlogs, any kind of video that you see on my channel. There's also the option on Patreon to sponsor a video every month. If you are an artist or a small business, you can use my videos to advertise anything you want, any projects that you're working on, any causes that you need people to see. Again, that's all in the description below, my social media, my Discord server, and my Patreon. You can give a thumbs up if you like the video, a thumbs down if you dislike the video, I won't be offended. And you can also hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon if you want to watch more videos from my channel. Though you might want to watch a couple more videos before committing to that. Put a creative spin on it, put your own touch to it, and, you know, have a good evening. Bye-bye.